Hello YouTube. In this video I'm going to start a new segment that I call Sunday Night Sorting, and I'm going to kick it off appropriately with some football cards, since Super Bowl 54 is a week away as I'm talking to you here. So let's get started. A couple of years ago I came into a collection from a local fella who sold off his cards, and I bought them. But I haven't done much with them since then. He kind of had them separated a little bit into plastic baggies like you see here. You can see we got some vintage football cards. But I did peek through these and I see that there's a mix of years, mid-70s basically, Topps cards, Topps football cards. I thought what I would do here, sort them into the years, and then maybe go ahead and sort them down numerically. We'll see how that goes, and you can tell me if you like this type of video. I got, I think the collection itself is probably 2,000 or 3,000 cards, so there'll be a lot to go through if we were to do this. And then if we continued on, there's my broader collection. I've mentioned elsewhere that I still have most or all of my childhood baseball cards and football cards. They're not in that great of an order at this point, and so a bigger project that I kind of have in mind is what I call collection resurrection, where I get it all together, get it a little bit display worthy, and then see what it looks like. That could be some future fodder for Sunday night sorting. So anyway, here we go. So this style of card is 74 Topps. You can see we got 73 season highlights for Bob Newland here. Oh, sorry, I skipped one. For Benny Johnson, they kind of stuck together. Maybe we got some old gum stuck in there or something. So those are both 73s. Put those there. These are 78s. You can see 77 is the last date there. This is a 77 with a pink and black background. 78s, 77, so maybe more late 70s than mid 70s, and actually we slip into the 80s here. This is an 81. You can see this is a Joe Cribbs rookie card. That's not too shabby, I would say. A little focus there. And a Steve Bartkowski, not a rookie card. He's kind of an old dude. So slide the 81s there. I don't know how many years we're going to end up with. 77, 78, 76. If you have seen the Walter Payton rookie card, then this design jumps out to you. This is not Walter Payton, it's Zeke Moore, cornerback for the Houston Oilers. 78, 77s, oops, 78, 77. More 76s. So probably lots of memories flashing through here for folks who were collecting back in these days. There's Dwight White for the Steelers, or who were just following football, or even for maybe later fans who saw some of these players play in the 80s, which kind of fits for me as Mike Haynes, All-Pro, Robert Brazil, All-Pro. Darryl Stingley, who was paralyzed by a hit from, I think it was the Raiders' Jack Tatum. Jackson, Greg Latta. So lots of 77s, it looks like. I'm not too concerned with dinging these guys up because they've been well loved already. I'm not going to fold them in half or anything, but I'm also not going to be using surgical gloves to carry them, to go through them. Otis Armstrong, a running back for the Broncos. Every time I see a bear from the 70s, my heart jumps because I think it's Peyton, but it's not. No sweetness so far. Here's some more 81s. 77, 81, 74. So the 74s, sometimes it's subtle if you're not used to looking at it, but the 74s have a goal post as the main design element. Subtle, but brilliant, no less. Topps was great at putting in those little details that you didn't always notice. I'm not even sure what this card is. Oh, it's a Wonder Bread, 1976 Wonder Bread. Well, that's kind of cool. I didn't know that was in there. I'll have to kind of look that up and see what that set's all about. But, okay. 78s, more 77s. I'm not digging too deeply into the players here, unless something just jumps out at me. It's a Pete Johnson rookie card. So Pete was a stellar fullback for the Bengals in the early 80s when they went to the Super Bowl. If you see something in here that really jumps out at you that I didn't notice, let me know. 76s, these are 78s, I believe. Yep, the team leaders, Chuck Muncie, Clark Gaines, Wesley Walker, some big names on those team leader cards. A great helmet-shaped fro there for Vivian Lee, a cornerback for the Saints. 77s. 78. Rick Upchurch, I remember him as a wide receiver for the Broncos. Man, it's been a little while ago, huh? Okay, so we got, what, 5 different sets, 6 if you count the Wonder Bread. So we'll go ahead and fairly quickly put these into numerical order, starting with the 74s. So let's go with the 100s, the aughts, the 100s, the 4s, the aughts, 3s, 2s, 1s, 2s. Okay, so 34, 55, 84. 74, okay, 59, 82. There we go. No doubles so far, which is good with such a small number of cards. Okay, so the 74s are in order. 76 Wonder Bread is in order by default. Here are the 76s, just 3 of them. So 82, 108, and 161. So get that there. 77s are going to be the laborious one, since there are so many of them. I don't know, 40 or 50 maybe. Okay, so there's the aughts, and the 500s, the 300s. 1, 3, 2, 3. The pink is an interesting choice for the day and for the sport, especially. Pretty distinctive. There's a lot of text on the back of these, which is, especially for the defensive players, that's pretty common because there weren't a lot of stats to be had. Still aren't that many, although, you know, there's the analytics type stats where people are really looking to get in detail and find the market gaps and all that stuff, get a competitive advantage. You can't blame anybody for that. So it's born out of sort of the sabermetrics movement in baseball. And this brings back lots of memories. Got a little muscle memory going on here for how to throw cards into the right pile. How many hours you reckon you've spent in your life sorting baseball cards or football cards or basketball cards or whatever, Beatles cards? Probably more than I'd want to admit if I go all the way back to my early teen years and even through college, and even when we were first married, my wife and I did a couple of like flea markets, or I don't think we did any baseball card shows as dealers, but we did a lot of sorting for a little while there. We paid for our wedding with selling off surplus household items, and that included some of my baseball cards. This was fine. She was worth it. Hope she would say the same. Okay, so let's sort these guys. Do I want to do these without breaking them down further? There's a lot of them, so I may need to break them down. We'll see here. So if I had tons and tons, I would definitely go into the tens for each set of 100s. But here I'm just kind of doing an ad hoc job. I think we can get her done without getting too crazy. So 12 and 17, 21 and 23, 50 and 52. Yeah, oh, there's our first doubles, right? Doug Van Horn, 1977 tops, 86 and 88, and 91. Okay. And we've got 140s and 160s and 180s and 130s. Oh, there's Ike Harris as a double. Greg Buttle as a double. 121. Another Ike Harris. Wow. I got Ike Harris running out of my nose here. And a Wayne Morris double. Okay. Otherwise, these guys are sorted. 200s. So it looks like we got some leaders and some checklist cards and some individual cards. So 56 and 57. Some 20s, the aughts, 60s. Okay. 7s there. Again, I would definitely be more methodical about this if I thought I was putting together a set or something along those lines. Robert Brazil at 240 and Lewis Carter at 268. All right, so there we go. I think we're kind of getting them together. 220s. So those guys, 240s, 250s. And then I got the 60s and 70s. Building our stacks up here of 77 tops. Okay, the 300s, the 90s, the aughts, 90s, 10s, 3s, 20s, 70s, 20s. I think that was a double of Alan Ellis. We will find out. 60s, 30s. Mark Arneson, another double. Mark Mitchell, a double. Seems to be the marks that are doubling up on this one. Alright, so here we go. Kimbrough. Get the 20s sorted here. Got them. And the 30s, 33 and 34. And the 40s. 50s, one of each there. Mark Arnson, Gerald Wilson, and Deron Talbert. Tony McGee. And then we've got two Mac Mitchells. No marks at all. Silliness that I said mark. Okay, just a few 400s here. These ought to go fast. And they are. So we got 401, 404, and 408. Got 410, 415, 418. James Scott at 424. Darryl Stingley. I like that card. It's all bent up and stuff, but the late Darryl Stingley is always a good pull. Kind of makes me, nostalgic and sad. But I definitely like to see it, like to have the card. Okay, the 500s were easy to sort without too much issue there. So there's the 77s. All sorted up. So kind of bring our stacks into view here since we don't have much left. So a few 78s. Let's see what we got here. The aughts, the hundreds, the 400s, ones, threes, twos, ones, 50s, or aughts, 100s, 50s, 400s, 100s, 400, fours, twos, ones, 200s, 300s, 400s, 300s. Uh-oh. Got a couple of 77s that snuck in there. I'll have to go back and put those in the right spots. Let me get the 78s sorted here first. Shouldn't take long. So here on the aughts, we've got a 7, a 48, a 51, a couple of 56s, Mike Patrick, and then a 57, Mario Clark. And for the 100s, we got a 17, a 19, 11, a 75, an 81, a 12, 36, 27, 30, and then a 21 that needs to slide in there. Okay, 200s, not many of those. Easy peasy. Jerry Shirk and Brent McClanahan are the bookends. 300s, even less of those. So we go from Jake Scott to Cleo Miller. Got a few 400s. 2 Noah Jacksons, an Otis Armstrong, Lamar Parrish, Paul Seymour, and then we've got a couple of team checklists and leader cards. Alright, so those are the 78s. I go back and get these 77s in the right spot. So we have a 23. There's Horst Muhlman. It's a double. It's a kicker for the Philadelphia Eagles. And then we got a 154. Colin Bryant, a running back for the Rams. 154. So he slides right in there between Wayne Morris and Ike Harris. And then to finish up, we just got a few 1981 Topps cards. So a couple of 300s, some 400s, an aught, a 200, a 100, Raphael Septien for the Cowboys. Definitely remember him. So here we go. Frank Lewis, Kenny Johnson, and Septien. I think Septien may have been one of the subjects of the kicker skit on SNL in the 80s. And then finally, the 400s. So we end up with Roy Simmons, a guard for the New York Giants. So there we have it. We've sorted our first little stack of football cards here on Sunday Night Sorting. Got some 74, 76 Topps, 76 Wonder Bread, 77, 78 Topps, and 81 Topps. So let me know if you like this type of video and we can do more of it. And if you do like this video, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. And as always, you can find us online at waxpackgods.com.